The Thar Desert of Rajasthan. As far as the eye could see, nothing but sand. The sun was setting, painting the sky in shades of orange and red. From above, there was nothing unusual to notice. But beneath that silent desert, a storm was taking shape. Hidden among the sand dunes was a place that would soon change history forever. Pokhran. A name the world did not yet know, but one it would never forget. Delhi, Prime Minister's office. Silence filled the night. Indira Gandhi sat leaning over her desk. White sari with a black border, the famous streak of white hair on her forehead, and eyes filled with iron determination. In front of her lay classified files, stamped with the words, "Most Secret." She read every page carefully. No hurry, no fear, only a calm and unwavering resolve. India was going to become a nuclear power, and the decision had already been made. A secret underground facility in Delhi. Raw officers were bent over maps of South Asia. Satellite photographs covered the walls, locations connected with red strings, and brown envelopes marked confidential were scattered across the tables. One officer spoke softly, "The Americans must not know for the next 48 hours. Another pointed at the map, Pokhran. The mission had begun. Beneath Pokhran, inside an underground bunker, under dim yellow lights, India's brightest scientists worked tirelessly under the leadership of Raja Ramana. Their hands did not tremble, but the weight of responsibility was visible on every face. Wires, instruments, metal components, everything was being assembled piece by piece. The future of the nation rested in their hands. Midnight, Rajasthan's roads under moonlight. Military trucks moved through clouds of dust. Armed soldiers guarded every vehicle from front and back. No lights, except faint headlights cutting through the darkness. Inside those trucks was machinery so secret that even the drivers did not know what they were carrying. The night was silent, the mission even more so. A truck stopped at a checkpoint. Painted on its side in large letters were the words, "Water Supply Department." Inside, nuclear equipment, hidden beneath cloth coverings, disguised to look ordinary. A guard flashed his torch inside, glanced once, and waved it through. India's greatest secret crossed the desert hidden inside a water truck. In space, an American spy satellite passed over Rajasthan. Radar lines swept across the desert, scanning every inch. Nothing, only sand, only silence. The CIA had suspicions, but no proof. Indian scientists had calculated the satellite's path and timing so precisely that every activity took place only after it had passed overhead. America had eyes in the sky, but India had blinded them. A secret room in Delhi. Blue light glowed over a large map table. Army officers and scientists stood around it. Voices were low, words few, every sentence carefully measured. A general asked, "Is everything ready?" Raja Ramana nodded. "Yes." For a brief moment, the room fell silent. The moment of making history was drawing near. The cold night of Pokhran. Beneath camouflage nets lay the shaft containing the bomb. Armed soldiers surrounded the area. No fires, no lights, only darkness and the wind of the desert. One soldier looked up at the stars. Peaceful skies, silent sands, but he had no idea what he was guarding. Inside the bunker, an engineer worked with a welding torch. Dust fell from the ceiling. Sweat rolled down his forehead beneath protective goggles. Every connection, every wire, every bolt had to be perfect. One mistake, and everything would be lost. He held his breath, steadied his hands, and continued working. In another room, analog radar screens flickered. Our agents studied hand-drawn charts, tracking the timing and paths of American spy satellites. The next satellite will pass in 4 hours and 20 minutes. We work within that window. They were playing a deadly game of hide-and-seek with the world's most powerful intelligence agency, and winning. Soldiers guarded the perimeter. They patrolled the desert without knowing what exactly they were protecting. Their orders were simple: let no one enter. The desert wind blew across tired faces filled with unspoken tension. They were India's unnamed heroes, unaware that they were becoming part of history. On a table lay nuclear blueprints hidden beneath government files. A red stamp read, "Top Secret." Those papers contained the formulas that would place India among the world's elite nuclear nations. Shadows danced across the documents, as if history itself was watching. Washington, London, Beijing, Islamabad. Rumors spread across the world. Fingers pointed at maps of India in diplomatic war rooms. Is India really going to conduct a nuclear test? No one was certain, but everyone was afraid. Under the glow of red emergency lights, scientists and soldiers silently carried equipment through underground tunnels. No conversation, no noise, only the sound of footsteps echoing through the corridor. At the other end of the tunnel lay the chamber holding India's destiny. Control room. A scientist adjusted the countdown instruments. Sweat dripped from his forehead. His hands shook slightly. This was not merely a test. It was about the dignity of millions of Indians. About proving the capability of Indian science to the world. He took a deep breath. India is ready. 18 May 1974. Dawn. The sun rose over Pokhran. Golden light spread across the desert sands. Military vehicles stood silently near hidden bunkers. It was Buddha Purnima. In the land of non-violence, a test of power was about to take place. Beneath the sand, a light waited. The dream of decades. Homi Bhabha's vision. Nehru's resolve. Indira Gandhi's courage. Raja Ramana's brilliance. Everything had led to this one moment. Above, satellites circled the earth. Below, India awakened. 8:05 a.m., an explosion. The ground shook. A massive cloud of dust rose into the sky. Sand dunes trembled. Silence inside the control room. Then the data arrived. Successful. Raja Ramana picked up the phone. On the other end was Indira Gandhi in Delhi. She said only 3 words. Buddha has smiled. Some scientists had tears in their eyes. Someone clapped softly. Others stood in silence. The emotions were greater than words. The Washington Post, the Times of London, Le Monde, every newspaper carried the same headline. India goes nuclear. Diplomats across the world were stunned. The CIA was embarrassed. Pakistan was alarmed. And India? India smiled. That single explosion changed the world. On that day, India became the world's 6th nuclear nation, and the first outside the P5 group to achieve it independently. No warnings. Just 75 scientists, 1 prime minister, and the unbreakable belief of a nation.